Hey, Binge Bill's here in the shop. It's a nice rainy day outside. Getting finalizing some stuff up here before I set the cab down on the chassis. Hopefully for the last time. We got the fuel system run up. We got the PBH trans harness in. That also has the O2 sensor plugs on it, so that's in. I got to put another tie wrap down there. Tie wrap these together, make it look nice and pretty. I got the transfer case shifter cable in the bracket here. This will go up where the shifter or the tunnel is and bolt into my shifter housing there. If you don't notice, it's raining out, so I'll speak up a little bit more. Got the fuel up in here. I put a short out about this connector here. I ended up getting the connector, and it wasn't exactly the right one we thought it was, so I hollowed it out and took some 5-minute epoxy, mixed it up, set the pins down on there, filled that cavity full, pulled it out. It was a pain to get that out. So if you guys are trying to do something like this, I recommend spraying that with some WD-40 or something just to help the release. It would have made it a little easier for me to get this done. But so once I had the pigtail portion here done, they stuck up to about here. So this internal cavity here, I just dumped some more epoxy down in there, let it set up. Put this little hat on here. This hat come with the system or with the original connector, so I was just making it work for what I needed. Worked out pretty well, I believe. Worked out pretty well. Nice and tight fit. I got to put some lube on there for just the pins and dielectric grease, but it's quite a bit of force to pull it off. But that's done. All the wiring is done for back of the chassis up here. This is the last part, was this shifter. So we have Fat Bender Garage's assembly for the low. It's got the low car shifter, and this is a part of this kit. It's something 3000. I'll have to get the number for you, but if you go and look on their website, you should be able to find the shifting kit. Then what that does is changes this bracket out, allows this for an actual column shifter. So when I put my I Did It column in here, it'll work nicely. And I got just a retainer. That's some braided wire I put there, just to hold that back. I didn't want a big bracket or anything because I'm going to have some clearance issues with the shifter as it is. If you can see, it's going to be tight. So, and I didn't want to crush this shift cable. So, yeah, that'll be up in there. And that's it. Pretty much, that was the last part of getting this chassis together so I can get the cab on it. Now I'll move over to the cab and I'll get a few things done on the firewall, get the firewall painted. Now I have several holes I'm going to have to fill. Now obviously these two guys, them are not needing to be filled, but I got them two, and these, or this one here. Them two are going to be saved for the coolant, I believe, or these are for the coolant. I can't remember. One of them's factory, one of them's aftermarket. The AC lines for vintage air come through this plug. We have a bracket for that. They actually send a plug for this also, but there's some other like the accelerator pedal. We don't need that hole there anymore, so we can fill that in. These guys here we can fill in. Them two we can fill in. Believe them two also get filled in. Or is it this two? But one of them go bye-bye. And that's for the e-brakes, so we're going to save them. I think that's a bracket for the dash. So basically I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 holes to fill in. I might just find plugs, although I'm not going to find any plugs for that beast. And then I'll paint this under this area, under this rib. You know, this section here, I'll paint that all black. And then, and only then, it'll set on the chassis. And I'll hang doors, fenders, and yeah, doors, fenders. What else? I'm going to paint the bed by itself. Oh, and I got to build a spray booth. So figuring a 25 by 18 spray booth would be wide enough to put everything in. I have some plastic up there to build it out of, and tape all the seams, seal it nice and tight and shut. So that's it. Just a quickie. Well, 6.5 minutes here. Thanks for letting me ramble on for you folks tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay dry, stay happy, and I guess we'll see you on the next one. Later.